1. We are live, people.
Bing bong, back at you again. It's the Manhood Tree podcast. Let me see if we're on Facebook yet. So it's usually a delay.
There's no delay. We're all here.
Let's see, the Manhood Tree. All right, guys, welcome.
Where are we?
No, we're not there.
We're not there. Where's everybody at?
Hold on, let me try it again.
There he is.
You see it?
You're up. You're up.
The Manhood Tree podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I am one of your hosts, Abdul-Rahmaan I. Yes, it's good to. Oh, you're starting off with the.
No, I was at first, but that's like I said, that's a little slack. Right now, you're introducing yourself. I had it
Okay.
you.
Ladies and gentlemen. Hey, no. Don't start doing those kind of jokes. Because you know what happened? Dr. Muhammad don't play. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Manhood Tree podcast. My name is Abdul-Rahmaan bin Muhammad, and I'm here with...
My name is Alonzo Beckett. I get a little applause for that. He was a little quick for me. I couldn't give him the applause. So, any video, we're here today. What we got today, bro? What we got today?
Oh, we got a guest.
Oh, we do.
We got 2 guests coming, but right now we're going to start off with our first guest. You want to introduce yourself?
Sure, why not?
Bang.
I'm Tyrell Bailey, one of the owners of Hall & Handy Services, and then also the Moment Factory.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've used Hall & Handy Services. Actually, I did it today.
As a matter of fact, he did.
And you guys are kicking butt and taking names today.
Thank you so much.
Tell the people a little bit about what your business does, how they can use your services, why it's so important to support Black businesses, yada, 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 et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Oh, thanks for the segue. That definitely. Yeah. It's important to use Black businesses because we need support in the community, no matter where you're at. Our services consist of a lot of different things. We are Hall & Handy Services, but we just don't do haul, and we also do handy services. So if you need some things done at home, handy services, as far as sheetrock or fixing the deck, things like that. And then we also do dump removal. So if you have anything that's dump removal related, we get rid of it for you. Today, I came to help out Abdul over here at where I'm at now. And my people. Yeah, because I'm sure if everybody. Yeah, we have my people. And, he called me up for a service, and I was able to help him out and, make it. Our motto is don't ask how, ask when.
I love it. Yeah, I mean, I've used your service a lot of times, and you guys, what I love about it is the diversity of services, of the things that you're able to do, willing to do, and you guys always give the service with like positivity.
Yes.
With a smile. Yes. I never seen y'all, arguing and getting upset. Y'all come in, you do the work pretty fast.
Yeah.
Today, y'all put a desk together.
Yes.
And you also took out some stuff that was in the hallway upstairs, making my hallway look all junky.
Yes. There's a reason. There's a reason behind that. When I started my business, one of the things that my mom told me is that if I'm going to do something, even if I don't like doing it, do it to the best of my ability.
Right.
So I try to make sure that, regardless of the fact that if I'm not feeling it, I'm not there. I'm not there to come to anybody's home, regardless of the fact that how it is or whatever else. I'm there to do the job and get it done. So I'm not here to judge. I'm here to provide you a service, and hopefully come on in, man.
Yeah.
You're happy with our service after we're done with it. So again, like I said, my mom, explained to me, if I'm going to do a service, regardless of the fact, clean or dirty or whatever it is, do my best. So I'm glad that you actually mentioned that and brought that out, that you noticed that. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So we just had our second guest come in. Yes. Almost put your headphones on. You can see yourself, right?
Yeah, I can see myself.
Okay. Why don't you introduce yourself to everybody out there in the world? Give them a little, introduction of who you are, what you do, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, man. Hey, good to see you guys. Hey, everybody. My name is Amos Liss, and I'm a family therapist. I have my practice in Manchester, Connecticut. So I'm just happy to be here.
Hey, well, this is good. We got some good topics today, so we might need a therapist to get us through these topics. But so it's good. Everybody in this room right now is an entrepreneur. And so this is not on my agenda, but I thought I would ask this question. And also, Amos is one of the people that did the Fatherhood Analogs. We could do that. We could talk about that tonight. But one of the things I wanted to talk about, one of the things I'm very big on is like planning and vision for like you're about to come up on a new year. So I just wanted to know, what is your vision for 2024? What's your plan? What are some of your goals for your business for 2024? So I'm gonna come to you first. You just tried to look it off.
There we go.
Go ahead.
Yeah, get them.
Goals for the business.
For your business, with like something you want to accomplish for next year. Like, what are you thinking about?
Some more documentaries.
Okay.
We got some basketball documentaries coming up. Some what else? We have some documentaries on basketball. Another one on. Actually, they're all kind of basketball. Think about it. A lot of them are basketball.
You got the Duncan Hines doc coming
Duncan
out, right?
Hines coming out.
Yeah.
Big one.
Carlton Hines.
Then
we have another one with was in the works with Con College. Had a back in the day when it was competing under the pro-am.
Okay.
The pro-am, they had something in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
And all of the players came, and I got some old footage with Vin Bates and all these guys. They're all on board to do this doc about the Con College doc.
Nice.
Thing. Someone's talking about it's a lot of docs. I don't want to say a lot of but documentary stuff. I'm trying to get an aggregator, I believe it's called, film aggregator.
Okay.
Basically shops my films.
Yeah.
So that I could basically I do a passion one and be like, hey, we got it done now. Let's just give it to the aggregator, whatever sells the film.
I love it.
Cut the check.
Yeah.
Get the royalties and then move on.
What are you doing with Abdul-Rahmaan I? Is there anything on? Is there anything on tap? I just want to know. Do I
a lot of stuff is in the works. We don't want to say too much.
Yeah. You don't give them everything yet, right?
Yeah. All right. So Tyrell, what about you? What's going on with your business? What goals do you have for 2024? What do you want to accomplish?
Well, I want to make sure before I actually go any further that I want to shout out my business partner who's not here with me today, Terrence. I could not do mostly anything that I do without having my business partner. I appreciate him. Some of the goals that we have next year is trying to get some more accounts. Okay. We want everybody to know that Harlem Handy is here for you. One of the things we'll be adding next year that we don't do now is we're going to be adding lawn care service to our folder or porte or whatever you want to say.
Portfolio.
Yeah, portfolio.
Yeah.
And just growing and just meeting more people, interesting people, and just helping people out. Our main thing is just getting people through something that they felt like clutter. Like clutter is everybody's problem.
Right.
So I don't mind getting rid of clutter.
Mm.
So when I release clutter from someone's house, I now release stress from someone's house. So I just want to, if I can, get rid of some of y'all clutter. Hit me up.
Hey, hit them up. So we'll get your information up before the end of the episode. So almost tell us, this has been your first year in business. You're just wrapping up year number 1, right?
You got the merch. You got the merch on.
18 months now.
18 months?
Yes.
Okay. So what are some of your plans as you get ready for a new year? What are you thinking about?
Yeah. So I'm thinking going the business, right? Getting stable.
Yes.
Still in the early phase, 18 months. As you guys know, as business owners, take a little longer to get things going.
Right.
And I'm hoping to bring in new therapists next year.
Nice.
So I don't have to be doing all the work myself. Mm-hmm. Right now, I'm everything. So
I know that too well.
I need help. So that's
I don't know
the plan.
Problem. That never happened for me.
You one of the lucky ones. Right? So that's why I'm trying to focus on streamline the business.
Yep.
Fix what needs to be fixed and grow the business. And try and also get some passive income. Right now, every dollar I make, I have to be there.
Yeah. So everything you're doing, you're basically the whole thing. You got to do all the sessions. You got to bill. You got to do everything.
If I don't show up, I don't get paid.
That's right.
So I'm trying to find a way to package what I know so I can make money when I'm not there.
That's right.
You
should probably come sit down with this guy I know named once again.
Definitely.
Come talk with me. I know some stuff.
Definitely.
One of the things I'm actually planning for next year, for my people as a whole, we have a lot of big things. I mean, our supportive housing programs are pretty stable now that we have our new director of housing and our new clinical director. And so, the Manhood Tree program is like my project that I've been kind of like working on for the last 3 years. And I feel very excited about the direction that we're going with it. we already got my January group already booked up. I'm gonna do an online group that's already booked. Tyrell's gonna be in that group. Yeah.
Are you taking more people?
Now,
Because I've already
I saw the
today.
post.
I talked to a couple of people today. One of my clients, I refer him, so he's gonna hit you up.
Hey, man,
oh man,
too late. No, but you know what? I'm gonna do 4 rounds of the group personally, and then also Robert is doing groups. He's in the middle of a group right now,
all right.
So he'll be wrapping up, soon. But we'll have another in-person group going. But I'm very excited about the things we're gonna do around men's health next year because we're gonna expand from like last year we did a lot of men's health events, but now we want to do like more events where it might be like one thing. It starts off as one thing. So we were talking about self-care Saturday, and then it turns into another thing. So it gives an opportunity for men to talk and just feel comfortable with each other. So very exciting. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff as well with our Life After High School program, which is, I think, a very important program for young people, for them to be able to kind of like think about like, what do I really want to do when I get out of high school? A lot of us, we go to college or, people go into the military. Some people go get a job. But I don't think that there's any work done to really think with the young people about what they want to do. So that program is going to be a big deal next year. So we got a number of programs, things are going on. But very excited about that for 2023.
If you need support with that, I'm here to help you with that support with that. I'd love to help out with that.
Yeah, let me know, man, whatever I can do to help. I used to teach this workshop called How to Choose a Career.
Okay.
So that'd be good for young people.
Yeah, the young people, I feel like we did a few things last year, but I think that this year we want to be more like hands-on with the young people, like doing more like case management, meeting with them one-on-one, helping them to really think it through and get to where they want to get to. So very exciting stuff. Also, Dream Chaser Academy. Oh man, Matt's been doing it the whole time.
I seen one of the kids at Legacy, the gala.
Yeah,
that was in the one we did. Remember when we went to Capitol at the end? We had a whole video and they went canoeing and all that.
Yes,
that was shirts and they
that was one I did. Yeah.
So I seen him. He's about to graduate from Eastern, man.
Wow,
he remember me and everything.
Wow, see that? Yeah. Well, this year Matt has 2 cohorts that he'll be starting right in January. One that he's going to do during the week.
Capital Prep one? Because he did one, I believe.
Yes, his Capital Prep kids. And then we're going to get another one that we're going to do on Saturdays. And so we're very excited about this because, Dream Chaser Academy, they get a lot of impact. They get experiences, things that they want to do. So we're very excited what he's going to do. Matt is Super Saiyan level Dream Chaser right now. Yeah. So we're looking forward to seeing what he comes up with.
Big shout out to Matt.
Shout out to Matt with the dream. Yeah. He's actually coming on the show next week.
Oh, we got you sure? Are we sure? Can we get him?
Sure. Yeah, no, we can get him.
You have to pay him.
No, I'm not paying big. I'm not paying him.
Maybe one little gas money there or something.
Nah, nope. Not on this show. All right. So, what topic are we starting off with tonight?
Let's start off with so maybe you have to give us some context though, right?
Yeah.
So we'll start with one with the D1.
D1?
Yeah, D1. We'll start off with that.
All right. So this is a 2-part conversation. Okay. So now we're jumping into it. The first part of this is the influence of media on young minds. So I want you to put that in your mind.
Yeah.
And then the second part is there's this controversy between this teacher, professor, activist named D1 and Rick Ross. And Rick Ross is a rapper. He's also a rapper as well, I think. And so the controversy was that D1 was saying that, Rick Ross, Jim Jones, Meek Mills, they need to do better. Like they're famous. They have a lot of respect in the community, but they are still, when they rap about murder and killing people. And that also has an impact on our community. And so D1's whole talk was that he wasn't trying to disrespect them. He was just saying that he wanted to hold them to a higher level.
Of course.
And so what do you guys think about that? Which side do you fall on? What side do you fall on? What do you think about it?
Wow. Okay. I love this topic, right? So I might be biased, but I believe sometimes we are what we consume, right?
Yes.
And the bigger the platform, the more responsible you have to be.
Right.
Especially when you are shaping young mind who see you as the superstar, as the superhero.
Yeah.
So, and sometimes they can differentiate if that's the business side of it or is the reality of it.
Right.
So when we have that platform, we have to be responsible. We can make an impact, but what kind of impact are we making?
Mm-hmm.
It can be negative, it can be positive. I think every artist who has a platform should be responsible what the content they're putting out there.
Very
because content is powerful.
So I have some thoughts about this, but Zoe, this was your topic. You saw this and you felt like it was something that kind of got you going. So what do you want to say about it?
No, I just thought it was an interesting point.
Yep.
Where he was saying how like, all right, so you get a certain level, you make enough money, so then you can change. Like we were talking about change, and people change.
Right.
And it seems like we know you're in poverty and all these things going around you. You're living you're talking about your life through your music, but at some point, that's not your life anymore.
Right.
Right. So your life's not that anymore, but you still speak about that because that made you money.
Yeah.
So he was saying his statements. He's like drawing a line in the sand. That's what he used. The word he used was saying, basically, are you going to use your music to positively affect your community,
right,
or you would negatively affect your community,
right?
And that's what he did. And they kind of turned it into what he was asking instead of saying they said he was clout chasing, trying to do all these things,
right?
Not knowing that the guy's a professor at like Harvard or something, right? Like he doesn't need the money at all,
yeah.
And matter of fact, I think he sells his album for whatever you want to pay him,
right?
Pay him a dime, a nickel, or whatever,
whatever.
But he wants to give his conscious thoughts.
Yeah,
he has the reason why this happened because something tragic, of course, happened to him in his life, and he wanted to give back to use the words and all those things, give back to. Because we all remember a time when we were young.
Mm-hmm.
Most music on TV was Poor Righteous Teacher, Brand Newbie, and it was a lot of that positive stuff.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it just disappeared.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, so to me, all of this is by design. Right?
Yes.
So like the people that are famous, the music that we listen to, the stuff that is popular, it's all by design. I think that somebody, all right, the powers that be figured out that that we love hip hop music.
Yes.
We love
yes.
this kind of music. And so, but they also figured out that we can either give them the positive or we could give them the negative.
Yep.
And even if we give them all the negative, it's gonna kind of like control our minds in a certain way. It's going to make us act a certain way. It's going to make us dress a certain way. It's going to make us talk a certain way. And so I think that the people that we don't see have kind of like pushed this out there and allowed people to become rich and famous off of it. And so then once you get to that level, it's almost like you're stuck.
Mm-hmm.
You put yourself in a position where you can't get out of it.
You don't want to turn back.
Like even though like Rick Ross's point was like, I do a lot of positive things in the community. I give out a bunch of turkeys and all that.
Rap about that.
Right.
Right.
But the thing is that it's like even when you listen to the music now, like and look, I'm 50 years old now. I'm 50 years
1973.
old. Yeah. Shout out to 73, baby. Add 50 all year long. But the thing is that it's like when I turn on music from today, it all sounds the same to me.
It is.
And it's like it's almost like they're trying to put you in a trance in a way.
Oh, they are.
You know what I'm saying?
They are.
And so I find myself listening to, today I was listening to Sam Cooke and different things like that. And it's like you get a different feeling from listening to that kind of music. So I think that one of the things that as fathers, and all of us are fathers here, is that we have a responsibility to our children to expose them to better stuff.
So all right, bam, fathers. So is it the household? Because they can have all this. Because I'm sure it's not as accessible now with crazy music when we were young. Like I'm sure, like when we were young, they were saying James Brown was a devil. Right?
Yeah.
What he was talking about.
Right.
But then you have people.
Well, he was saying he was black and proud.
Yeah.
James Brown.
But there's a man in the house.
Yeah.
Like your daughter, there's a man in the house, and your daughter's like, no, you don't do that.
Yeah.
Men don't do that.
Exactly.
But if you don't have that,
you
got Sexy Red.
Yes.
Right? And and then there's no one that it's like kids raising kids. So it goes into the father.
Yeah.
There's no one. So like the music's even worse when there's no one like guiding. It's not filtrated when it goes to the house. It just goes. They can just download on their phone.
Well, there's no balance, right? So it's like you might listen to the popular music, but if in your house you have somebody that's saying, okay, like in my house in the morning we get up, we pray, There's the way I treat my wife. There's a certain way me and her operate with each other. We're not arguing and fighting all the time. We clean our house. It's like a lot of little things that we don't use drugs. It's like all of these things. They're able to say, well, this is what I'm hearing, but this is what I'm seeing. And this is what I'm seeing hopefully it has a greater influence, because all of it is influence. Oh yeah. And it's like, who can get your influence the most?
Well, I think with age comes growth. And when you speak about these guys, they've been in this industry for a long time now. So I think at this point in time, they should be showing more growth opposed to what you were doing to get in here.
Well,
you know,
I agree. It's crazy. Like when you're 40 years old and you're rich and you're still talking about the block. It's like
you're
it's
not
like,
even there. You're never there.
How do you know what's still going on the block? Like I could not tell you. I have never been on a block. When I get I'm in my car. And I walk to the door, and so it's like the fascination with the past, because it's the past for them. Yeah. It's not the reality for them.
They also say that another argument they make is that they're like Marlon Brando. They're like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's like an action movie, so there's not real in the action movie.
Right.
So why can't... This is their argument.
Yeah.
But we also know the argument is they're just using it for the argument because it has more impact.
But I think it's different for us. I think it's different for us. I really do.
Oh, yeah.
I think that... And I'm saying, when I say us, I'm saying black people, right? I'm saying people who the majority of us are not, coming from well-to-do households, that we're not in control of stuff. And I think so. When you put all of this negativity in people's minds,
and they already have trauma,
and you already got trauma,
I think it's a lack of responsibility. A lot of these guys who are making that money, they don't feel like they're responsible for the community.
Right.
It's all about themselves, about their money. When you care about what happened to your people, you do better.
I love my people.
So you gotta love your people.
That's it.
So if I love my people, I cannot be feeding them all this negative nonsense.
Right.
So I have to feed them my positivity.
And it don't matter if you gave out 20,000 turkeys.
It doesn't matter if you do that.
That reminds me of? What? That reminds me of a scene in what's the movie? New Jack City.
Which one?
Everyone's high on his drugs, right? Yeah. What does he do? He gives away turkeys to everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
So he feels like he's you're killing the community, but I got this turkey, man.
Right.
Yeah. You want some sneakers?
Get back. Yeah,
but you're killing the community because he's getting rich. So he's getting rich off of us, and he's gonna get some back some turkeys. Like that don't.
I hate. Shout out to everybody that gives out turkeys, right?
Yeah.
But I personally hate the turkey giveaway.
I don't need turkey.
I know. I don't like it, and I know that some people do need a turkey. Yeah. It's like they want to have a turkey. Okay. Yeah. But I think that there's more things like that. But that's one of the things that I've been spending time like trying to think about, saying like, what is like a community event that my people can do next year that's going to make an impact that is long lasting. That's not just for a day.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Impact.
Yeah. Impact.
2024.
I thought he had an idea already.
I was going to write it down.
For me, it's the day of impact.
It's impact.
What is that make you need a turkey every year?
Right.
So how can we help you? So next year you won't depend on me for it.
That's true
you
impact.
You can get your
right?
own turkey.
Yes.
That's true impact.
That's true impact. And that's what we have to start doing for our community. Like all these events where it becomes like, and I've done all the events. Like, we used to do our turkey event. Mm-hmm. We used to do our giveaways. But the thing about it is what I want is I want year 2 or year 3, the people, they're coming back to help out. They're in a better position, right? And so like that's what we want to be seeing for our community, is that it's changing. And it's not changing for the negative. It's actually getting better. Yes. Now, speaking of this, and I'm sure you know some information about this, Amos. So right now, I want to talk about Haiti. Mm-hmm. Okay, because there's a lot of big things happening in Haiti right now.
Yeah, I was down there 2 months ago. 2 months ago.
So let's talk a little bit about the canal.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us why this is so important. Why Haiti's getting the canal? There's been some friction between Haiti and Dominican Republic. Talk a little bit about that.
So that friction's been there for years.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what colonization does to you. Right?
Yes.
So you take it's basically the same land, same people.
Yep.
So one side was colonized by the Spanish, one side by the French.
Yes.
Haiti, they speak French.
Mm-hmm.
Dominican Republic Spanish.
Yep.
At one time, Haiti was in charge of the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's still a point of contention
Right.
on the other side. And there was this guy, I forgot his name, he was the president of the Dominican Republic, convinced these people they're white.
Yeah. Yeah.
So colorism is a big thing over there.
Yeah.
So this has been going on for years and years. This is what happened when you were colonized, when people divided.
And Haiti is the first country that, of black people that basically got their independence from the Europeans.
From the Europeans,
yes.
Black Republic.
Very important.
Very important.
They still owe France a lot of money because of that, right?
Yeah, you get your independence from now.
Yep.
The U.S. friends, the power that be get together and say, now we can't let them have this. So we have to pay for our independence.
Yes.
So that set us back.
Yep.
It's not really independence, is it?
It's not really independence, is it?
It's
right?
It's hard.
And if you look at it, right, when white folks are oppressed, they rise up and get their independence.
Right.
It's God.
Yes.
Everybody applaud. But when black folks do it, it's the devil. It's all kind of negative connotation.
Right. Right.
We know what's been going on.
That's how it is.
It's how it is.
Yeah.
And the thing is, too many of us believe this nonsense.
Right. Right.
So we've been conditioned to believe that when white folks does the killing to set themselves free, it's okay. It's God. But when we do that,
not so much.
Not so much. So this whole thing about the canal, so Haiti and Dominican Republic, they share a border.
Yep.
And there's a river that both countries share.
Mm-hmm.
The Dominican Republic has like 3-4 canals joined from the river to...
I heard they have 12.
So they have a lot of them. So they use it for the farmers to water their crops. And Haiti, in that part of Wahmet, they call it, there haven't been too many rain.
Right.
So these people say, all right, we need water to water our crop. We're going to build a canal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Dominican Republic get pissed. They say, nah, you guys can do it. It's going to take water from their side. It's like, nah, we're doing it anyway.
Yeah.
So they get upset. They shut down the border and all this nonsense. But now the Dominican Republic opened the border.
Yeah.
The Asians keep their border closed.
That's right. They're like, we're not going over.
They're like, we're not going over. And the thing is that most of the trade they do is with Haiti.
Right.
Almost like $2 billion of trade with Haiti.
Yeah.
And then now their farmers are upset because they can sell their crops.
Right. Yeah. They're in trouble.
Haiti is making a stand.
I love it.
And I'm with it.
I'm with it too.
I'm with it. They have to make this stand.
You know I go to DR all the time.
But
I'm like, I need to go to Haiti with you.
You need to
go
to
the other side. Because me and you.
They said there's only some safe places to go in Haiti.
No, you go with almost.
Right now, there's
like some places you can't. I was like, where can I go? It was like, you gotta go here. I'm like, oh, all right.
Yeah, right now, it's not the best to go by yourself. You gotta go with me. So I can tell you where to go, right? There's a gang issue in Port-au-Prince right now, which is the capital. Yeah. So they're trying to take care of it. There's some Kenyan who's gonna come to help take care of the gang issue.
Yeah,
once the gang issue is...
I heard you guys uprooted your president, and the gang kind of took over that too. And
yeah, the president got killed a couple years ago. He got murdered a couple years ago. So we haven't had the president since then. And now the gang is too powerful for the police force. The police force cannot take care of the gang. Right. So the UN just passed resolutions for a bunch of Kenyan soldiers to come to Haiti to handle the gang. Once the gang issue is resolved, so we gotta be good. But I still go. I was down there. I was doing some teaching about mental health and spirituality. Yeah. About 400 religious leaders. So I go every year. Do some teaching, do some stuff.
It's some powerful stuff. Like it's crazy when you actually can touch it. Like you're a part of it.
Oh yeah, I can touch it.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's that. It's like for us, we're seeing it on the news. And I was happy that you were coming today because I was like, I'm gonna talk to him about Haiti. Because there's like really like world-changing stuff is happening.
Yes.
You know, one canal is only going to lead to another canal.
Oh, definitely.
And more independence and being able to pay back this debt so they can truly be free.
But there's enough water for both sides.
Right.
Yeah,
so the Dominican Republic is just, they don't want the Asian farmers to prosper because it's going to buy less good from them.
Right.
That's all it's about.
That's all. It's always about that. It's always about money, right? Yeah. So since we have Amos here today, I think we should take the opportunity to... You have his mantle up?
No, I do not.
What the heck?
Put you on the spot.
Just saying, you got everything.
I do.
I got it all. This is you talking. I'm doing my Zoe right now.
I'm going to see it.
I got it all.
If I go do it now, I'm going to see it. Hopefully
where's my mother?
I want to kick us out.
Do you remember your mantle up?
I got.
It's been a while, man. I need to look it up.
You can do it live.
Let me see if I got it in here.
I have to look it up.
Imported
man.
videos.
I may look for it.
Just let him do it live. He's
here.
Here.
He said he got it somewhere. He's got it in there.
So for those of you who are watching for the first time, the Manhood Tree has 4 initiatives. And one of the initiatives is our Fatherhood Monologues. And so back in 2020, we had about 10 men come together. Each one of them wrote a monologue. We performed. We've done a number of shows. And Amos is one of the guys from the first group. And so what I would love to do is have him read his Fatherhood monologue. He's supposed to perform it because he's supposed to have it memorized. He had it memorized at one point.
Yeah, at one point I did.
At one point he
didn't have a business back then, so now he's kind of
he's busy. His mind is busy. Okay, we're gonna give him a pass, but he's gonna do his Fatherhood monologue, and then I like to ask a few questions.
Why not?
All right, go ahead. The floor is yours. Give him a not a brown.
No.
Put him on.
He's on already.
Okay. I'm on.
The floor is yours.
You guys are putting me on the
List
spot.
Fatherhood monologues.
All right. So this has been a few years. So some of the information about my kids' age, I need to tweak it a little bit, but bear with me.
Yeah.
The monologue is Fatherhood, a Sacred Calling.
Okay.
I'm a father, a proud father of 3 girls and a boy. I love my children so much. I love them more than life itself.
Amen.
They are the apple of my eyes. Every moment with them brings so much joy. Every moment away from them breaks my heart. I love them so much. I love them when they fail to listen. I love them when they fail to do their chores. I love them when they break my things. I love them when they talk me into spending money I did not want to spend. My oldest daughter, Lucia, she wants to be an architect. Can you believe it, y'all? My baby wants to design skyscrapers, affordable housing for low-income families.
There we go.
Oh, I forgot to mention, I also have twin girls, Emma and Amelia. My Emma, I've been told she looks like me. She wants to be a freedom fighter, a modern-day Ayatollah. It melted her heart when she said, "Daddy, let's take it to the man." Amelia, she wants to be like Mom. She wants to be a social worker and help make the world a better place, one kid at a time. As of my son, Nathaniel, he's only 7. I'm not sure he knows what he wants to be yet. But one thing I know for sure, this boy loves to dance and he loves his mama. I love these kids and I'm very proud of them. I know they love me too because they say so themselves. They say they love me after I discipline them, after I get upset with them, put them on timeout, take away their electronics. Yes, they love their daddy, even when daddy is not at his best. Yet, in the midst of all this love, there's one question that lingers in my mind and sometimes keeps me up at night. If I were to die today, what would they say about me? And how will they remember me? In order to understand why this question is constantly on my mind, you have to understand my relationship with my father. I grew up in Haiti in a very conservative Baptist Christian family. I was one of 7 kids. And ever since I could remember, my father has been a preacher. Needless to say, church was priority number 1 in my house. My father spent a lot of time at the church serving the people. He spent so much time serving the people that I will wonder at times if he loved them more than he loved us. There will be time I will catch people talking about my father, and I will wonder, are we talking about the same guy? The preacher was funny, outspoken, uplifting. This guy, I really got to see at home. Looking back, I think that the reason I became heavily involved in church was that I could see my father, so that I could spend time with him and experience the Superman behind the pulpit. My father never attended any of my soccer game or basketball games or plays. Church came before anything else. I know more about the preacher than I do about the father. The preacher I know, I can talk about him for hours. I know his favorite scriptures, his religious jokes, and his theological thinking. I know the preacher well, but not so much the father. The father is even a few words, rarely showing any emotion. I can't remember him ever telling me that he loves me. The funny thing is, 6 years ago, I too became a preacher. And I'm also a therapist, which means I work long and late hours, just like my father did. And this scares me. I love my father. He's a great man, but I don't want to be a father like him. But I'm afraid I might be. I want to be a different kind of father. I want my children to know more about the father than the preacher or the therapist. My father believed that he had a sacred calling to serve the church and the community, and he was great at it. I too believe that I have a calling. Being a father is my secret calling. God has favored me with and blessed me with these wonderful children, and they are priority number one. It is my sacred calling to be a good father to them, to love them, to make sure they are safe, to help them reach their full potential. I know that there is no perfect father, but every day on this earth, I'm working at it, and I'm committed to perfecting the art of fatherhood.
Amen. No,
So if I were to die today, may my children say, my daddy was a good dad. His favorite color was blue and brown, and he liked high school. He liked to play soccer and listen to gospel and jazz music. Let them say, my daddy came to our games and coached our soccer team. He joined our taekwondo class. Yes, he wasn't very good at it, but he tried. I guess he wanted to be with us. Let them say, my daddy comes to our play and take us to the library every Saturday. My daddy play Legos with us and will dress up for our tea parties and will let us paint his nails. Let them say, my daddy will wash our hair, but he wasn't very good at it. My daddy will read us bedtime stories at bedtime and help us with our homework. He taught us how to say please and thank you, and always take care of self, to teach us to take care of self, take care of family, and take care of community. If they ever talk about me, may they say, my daddy worried about being away from us, but he was there more than he could ever imagine. May they say, we love our mommy, we love our daddy because he loved our mommy. And yes, our daddy, he was a preacher and a therapist too.
Nice. Nice. I love it. Fatherhood monologues. We're gonna do a show on February the 10th. Hopefully we get some new people, but if we don't get new people, we'll
bring him back. Bring him back. He's
coming back. He said he would come already.
I got a new one. It's not perfect yet, but
you gotta memorize it. So almost.
Yes,
It's been
sir.
3 years since you wrote that.
Yes.
So hearing yourself read it again, and like you said, your kids have grown up a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel like might be different now than 3 years ago?
Your daughters dance too. I saw them at the
Yeah, my two of my daughters dance for the yard goals.
The yard goes. I'm like, you guys look familiar. And then he comes in the room. But
yeah. So the same question still lingers, right? Even though I'm doing better, but it's still, that's one of my biggest fear, right? If something happened to me, the people who love me the most, what will they say?
Right. Yeah.
Is my end? Am I making an impact?
Yeah.
Right. So will they say, he was just a guy. Because our daddy and nothing positive to say.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm trying my very best, even though that's why I don't keep too many long hours.
Yep.
Because I know I'm trying to go to business, but I can't. If I want to, I can work every night until 10 p.m.
Yep.
But I only do
Fatherhood is more important.
Fatherhood is more important. It's priority number one.
So one of the things that I say a lot is fatherhood is forever. And so how has your relationship with your dad matured over the years from when you were a kid to now?
It's still growing, right? So it's because and to get you some context, my father was away from us for 10 years. He was here, and we were in Haiti.
Right.
So there's that big gap there. Because that's why.
What ages were you?
From I think 10 to 19, 20.
Oh wow, that's a big gig.
Yeah, right, because from economic reasons, so you had to leave Haiti and come here.
Right.
Yeah. So because it's a whole story. So
that's
I
a whole
can
story.
get into it.
Come back.
So, and you can tell all of us we are closer to mom than dad.
Of course.
Because mom did all the heavy lifting while he was gone.
Right.
And Haitian whole school, he has this prestige about himself, right? Mm-hmm. There's some stuff he's not engaged, right? There's some conversation you don't think, he's the father, we can't have this conversation.
Right.
So even though when 40 something still difficult, because I'm heavily involved in church, that's our connection.
Right.
When it comes to church stuff, we can talk for hours.
Right.
If it's not about church, if I can get 15 minutes out of him.
Yeah. That was the one bond that you knew that you were able to connect with them to have, if it was anything.
Right now, it's 7 of us. I got the better connection with him because of church.
Right. And you seen that early, and you said, okay, what way can I connect with my dad? And you found something that would definitely...
That's the connection,
exactly.
right? So we can talk about this for hours. That's the connection.
That's his comfort zone.
That's his comfort zone. That's what he loves. That's the thing he loves to do. Even though he's 80 now, he's still doing it.
So let me ask you this question. If you did not take that initiative to put the energy into the church, do you think that you and your dad would have a relationship at all?
We still have a relationship. He has a relationship with all of us, but it's not the one I want. Okay. It's different. It's that father and son relationship. Hey, I'm the father, I'm up here, with the son, you're down there.
Right.
So once in a while we talk, but that's not that closeness. Yeah. It's not.
Yeah, I always feel like, and later in the podcast, I want to talk about. Maybe we can do that now. I have on here fatherhood moment. You got something up there for that. So basically, I wanted to talk about a moment. Thanks for sharing your monologue. I really appreciate it, and I really feel like we're gonna continue pushing that project along. But so talk about a moment you had with your son or daughter, or you even yourself as a son or daughter, where that you felt was significant. This is I feel like if you think about and let's say in this year, was there something you went to what is a little boy inside of you?
Oh, it's behind a
All
little bit.
right. So some a fatherhood moment that was significant this year that you had that that when you think about fatherhood, you're like, this is it. This is I did my job, or the other way around. So you can talk from a son or whatever position you want.
So this year, yesterday was what? Monday?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yesterday was one of
He's definitely
those. Yesterday was one of those moments. Right?
Yesterday?
No,
yesterday, my kids, I got a set of twins. They are in 7th grade, and my oldest is in 8th grade, and they all made honor of distinction.
Nice.
Yesterday, and one of the twins, she's in 7th grade, she got the principal award for the highest GPA in the grade.
Wow.
So last year, she always make honor of distinction. I challenged her. I was like, I think you can get the principal award.
Right. Okay.
And she was like, okay, I'm gonna go for it.
She
went for it.
Yeah.
And she got it.
I love
it was a tie. Somebody else tied her, but she got it.
Yes.
Hey, I love that. That's
right. So, and yesterday I was there for it.
Yes.
And I got pictures to show for it. So I was like,
you should have sent them to us. We could put them on the show, man. All right, so what you got? You felt like you had a good one.
Yes. I always talk to my son about one day. You have, I don't know, the conversation. It's more like arguments.
Yep.
Like, what's wrong with you?
Right.
Those things. I used to tell him, I don't know, when are you going to get it? When are you going to get it? So I think he like during this year, seeing starting to get it.
Yes.
Like he'll like we had to. Was it the day we had to go to? It wasn't that day. It was one of the days we were supposed to do something together. Mm-hmm. And he said, Dad, I know you want to go, but I can't go. I'm going to stay after school, get some extra work.
Wow.
And I'm like, what? It's like, yeah, I'm going to taking things more serious, like you said. I got this routine. I'm like, huh? One day I wake up early.
Yeah.
Walk in the kitchen, get something to drink. I hear like, I look to the right, look in the room. He's in there working out.
Wow.
I was about to go cry. Right? He got a whole routine and stuff. He's like, so it's like basically I don't know, man. It's starting to click. So I saw it click. He's cared about his grades. He wants to know about like how does he do certain. He asking all the questions I thought he would ask. Like I would always ask.
Right.
Like I would want him to ask. So now he's asking him like, how can I do this? How do I learn how to do this? So now he's starting to be more inquisitive or just questioning things and caring about himself. Like what's next? So yeah.
I like it. Tyrell, what you got? You got something?
I think I'm at this stage that both I have two kids. I have a 6-year-old boy and I have a 16-year-old daughter. So I got a 10-year gap.
Yep.
As he just mentioned, my son is lately crazy about working out. So he be like, exercise is healthy. Let's work out. So he been wanting to work out every day. Some days I'm like, man, I'm kind of tired. So I'm getting that growth from him. And he could again, what you speak out into life actually happens. So I've been saying I wanted to work out a little bit more, and I'm getting my son to kind of push me to do that. With my daughter, when I'm sitting down listening to all you guys, there's a lot of things that she's breaking as far as stride, and sometimes you just want to see it right away.
Yep.
But she's 16, she's evolving. She just had her sweet 16, so going through that last month and seeing her grow with that. I definitely want to listen to you right now. Sometimes a little hard because again, she's already academically sound, so it's like that's already checked. Let's push the envelope,
right?
And so I'm always on her, and I feel like But when I'm sitting back and listening to hear you guys and stuff like that, I'm actually happy with the progress and where she's at.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
I think for me, the fatherhood moment I had this year. So I did drop my daughter off to college.
Yeah.
And one of the things that that I've been really noticing is for both my daughter and my son, my two younger kids, I actually have been like looking at their lives, and I'm like kind of proud of where they are, like the things that they're doing, and it makes me actually look back at my life and say, I think I could have done better. Like I could have, like what was I doing? And so it's just like very encouraging to be like my daughter. She has 2 scholarships. She has a band scholarship and a choir scholarship. And it's like, just think about that. Like she has, because of the scholarships, we have to pay less for her college education.
You.
Me, yeah, me.
Like that.
And so I really like. So I've been just thinking about that and just saying, it's nice to be from a father standpoint that we put them in a position that they're gonna be okay. Like my son, he's been talking about going to Morehouse. Next year we'll take him down there to actually see if it's where he wants to go. But it's like by the time when I was a junior in high school, I was kind of like, still thinking I was gonna go play basketball. My dreams were, I think, small. Like, it was like I was stuck in a little box. And it was like when I didn't play basketball my senior year, now all of a sudden everything I was working for is like, well, what am I gonna do now? And so when my son, he's a football player, he just made all conference, but he's like, he may not play football in college. He just might go to college. And so it's cool to see their development, like to just be there for their development and watch them continue to grow.
It's like a high. It's like a high that you don't ever want to come off of.
Yeah.
And one of the things I've been enjoying this year, my 3 girls, they're all in Taekwondo.
Nice.
We started this journey 5 years ago before the pandemic. It's like, we're going to put you in Taekwondo and then you to be able to defend yourself.
Right.
Because I was doing a lot of domestic violence work. I was like, man, I got 3 girls.
Right.
I need to prepare them for somebody.
They're going to be jacked up if they mess with your daughters.
Right.
So all 3 get 1.
All 3 girls. So earlier this year, they all made black belt.
Oh, wow. So they're serious in Taekwondo.
Because it was some growing pain. They wanted to quit a few times. Like, nah, you're not quitting.
Yeah.
Because for every 10,000 kids who sign up for Taekwondo, only 1 make it to a black belt.
Wow.
Yeah.
Zozen, he was Taekwondo at one point. He was in Taekwondo.
He was. Is that why you got those boxes?
Taekwondo, he was, but then he
quit.
So that's the thing.
So the COVID came, and then he stopped.
Yeah.
He didn't go back.
So three daughters that are black belts.
Black belt. Yes, because I was at 8.
So your discipline style is a lot of talking.
I'm trying to make them disciplined because I'm like, you're not gonna be a statistic. We gotta start this thing. We gotta finish.
Yeah.
So for every 10,000 is one to make it, I want you to be that one.
And I want to tell you that it's great that you did, because my brothers were both, I think one brother was 1 belt away from being black, and the other brother was 2 belts away from being black. My brother brings it up now, like, why did I stop?
Why did I finish?
Yeah.
But so how do they look at it now in comparison to when things were difficult?
Oh, it's a different look at it. Now the highest belt in
they probably teach the classes.
At the school, they teach in the classes and stuff, because they can pay them yet because they are underage.
Right.
But
using them.
That down the line.
Yeah.
This is
a built-in job.
I always tell them, imagine if the 3 of them open this taekwondo school.
Yeah, they can.
3 black girls for our people open the taekwondo school. I look around, there's no taekwondo school where there 3 black girls.
That's right. And they will probably go because the girls look like them.
Yeah.
Most kids don't go because people when they don't.
You should start videotaping it for their social media pages for 5 years.
Because that's what I try to do. And sometimes they don't understand. I was like, the game plan is everything I put them in is a skill set that they can make a living off.
Yeah.
Later on, like
I like
music. They're all in music.
Mm-hmm.
I'm paying $50 for half an hour of music lesson.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a skill. If you master the skill, down the line,
come back to you.
Come back to you.
What instruments do they play?
So one play the saxophone, the olders. One play the piano and the flute.
Yeah.
And one play the violin. And my son, I just put him in recently studying the drum.
Drum? Yeah, you got a band. They got a whole band.
I'm trying to put the band together, right?
You got security. You got the band and security.
Yeah, they do it all. They do it all.
So everything is a plan, is a skill. I'm like, we gotta learn as many skills as possible so you can take care of yourself.
All right, so that was a fatherhood moment. Let's go to relationship advice.
Man.
This is we're gonna switch over.
Oh yeah.
So relationship advice. This is for if somebody's listening to the show right now. All 4 of us are married men. I've been married probably the longest. I've been married 20 years.
18
years.
Oh. 17
years.
I got 6 years and 20 years together.
6. You can't add.
No,
not that. You don't try to take the title, man. I don't care how long y'all were together. Did you get on that knee?
Never in college.
Walk down the aisle.
You gotta get on the knee and then you gotta take the walk. So you got a 1-digit number, right?
I got 6.
All right. So, but all of us are married. So. What I just want to do is do a round robin. We're going to come to you first, 6 years and 20 years together, and give us some relationship advice. One jewel that you want to give out to a young man out there right now. And if you want to preface it with anything, feel free.
I think the biggest thing that I got is from a book that helped me out in my relationship.
Okay.
I believe it was the Secret.
I love The Secret. Good book.
What was it? No, I'm sorry. I think it was Think and Grow Rich.
Okay.
I love that book. Actually.
Yeah.
Good book too.
Yeah. And one of the paragraphs, the dad had talked. The dad was saying that he wanted to break up with his wife, and he said he just don't love her no more. And I think everybody in a relationship kind of go through a phases like, I just, I don't want to. And he asked the author asked the guy. He said, hey, when your kids be bad, and they don't do something, you stop loving them. And he says, with a frown on his face, of course not. Why would I do that? He said, if your kids, don't listen to you, do stop loving them. And he said, no, that's impossible. Mm-hmm. So he said, the same thing for your wife. Just don't stop loving her, and things will change. And I just apply that into my everyday relationship. So when things are rough and things are not light and things are going financially, because it's going to be all kinds of different things. But if the love is there, basically nothing can break that. So always, if you're with someone, you love that person, just, show that person that love till the end. And I think that helped me out a lot in my relationship, and trying to reach all your numbers, 20, 30, 40, and everything like that. So
you can do it. It's easy.
Yeah,
Definitely.
All right, so number 17, you got 17 years in the game. Yeah. What relationship advice would you like to share with the people?
Well, I do buy my wife flowers at random times.
Okay.
I know she likes
I too.
she likes lilies.
Yeah.
So I do that randomly.
My wife likes lilies too.
Right, so randomly you got to do that.
I do it.
Right. So and then because when you buy flowers when something bad happens, now flowers have this like every time you see flowers something bad happens.
Buy her some flowers tonight.
Let's buy some flowers. So I do that every once in a while.
Yeah.
And also like when I'm just always constantly think of her. Like if I'm out eating, if I'm out doing anything, it's like, hey.
Yes.
Like you work together all the time.
Right.
But like after this, I'll call her because I feel like
you're known for that. Every time I'm with you, you literally call your wife and ask her if she wants something.
Does she want? Because that's what she's always on my mind.
It's a good thing.
So she's always on my mind, and I don't know. I just like it's about loving her.
Yeah.
So she knows that I care about her, love her, and even if the times when I argue and I yell at her in my head and I don't say it, if I still love her, it goes away.
I like it.
Yeah.
If I don't, if I'm mad too, she's gonna be mad too. But if I love her, I can over love her mad. Yeah. She would just be like,
yeah,
and then she'd just get over it because she don't. We used to always, when we were younger, I used to always say like, why are we arguing?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going nowhere. We just doing this for no reason. So
right.
As you get older, you know, like, hey, she mad, whatever. Right. But this is not gonna go anywhere because we love each other.
Right.
So yeah,
I love to
say that.
Okay, great one. Almost what you got. Relationship advice.
Oh man, so two things I'd say that. For me, in my mind, she's probably number one.
I love it. Yep.
Sometimes people say, "What with the kids?" I'm like, "She's probably number one."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the other thing is commitment over feeling.
Talk about that.
I'm trying to put a T-shirt line to it. Commitment over feelings.
Yeah.
Right? Because there might be times where you don't feel not too crazy about her.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But it's your commitment to loving her that will sustain you.
Right.
So that will keep you from doing anything stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't like this right now because we live in a society this day like our feeling drive us.
Right.
I feel this kind of way. I do this. But we need to figure out, hey man, I love this woman. I make a commitment to her. Right. No matter how I feel right now, I'm gonna honor my commitment.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes I've seen so many couples like, hey man, I'm upset with her. I'm not gonna pay the bill. I'm upset with her. I'm not gonna cut the grass. I'm upset with her. I'm not gonna. It doesn't matter if you're upset or not.
Wash the dishes.
You make a commitment for this thing. You do it.
Yeah.
So commitment over feelings.
I like it.
Because sometimes feelings are temporary.
Mm-hmm.
Feelings
most
times, right? We feel some kind of way today. The next day, we like, what was that about? Mm-hmm. And sometimes our feeling be lying to us. Mm-hmm. Not everything we feel is true. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's just a feeling that has no basis in facts.
Yeah.
So we have to, I'm not saying to ignore the feelings. Yeah, we can sit with the feelings, but our commitment is what matters. Our commitment has to have priority over the feelings all the time.
Yeah.
So commitment over feeling.
I'm gonna jump on that tip. My relationship advice is the first commitment. Go ahead and get married. I feel like sometimes as men, we stay in the relationship like too long as like boyfriend and girlfriend. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it really, I wasn't going to point at you, Tyrell.
You did say 26 and 20. I'm like, what?
I wasn't known for that. No, but so long. But I feel like when you like being together, like, so I know that sometimes what happens is based on how you were brought up, the thought process is that we're together. It's okay. Mm-hmm. And my whole thing is that the ultimate commitment is when you take that walk. When you say in front of your family and God that I'm gonna be with you for your life. I'm gonna protect you. I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna care for you. And so I just feel like a lot of men and then my other thing is don't cheat.
Yep. Commitment.
Don't cheat. Because I know, like, once again, this goes back to, like, the influence of media on young minds. I feel like the influence of media on older minds, too. I think we see so much stuff out there, and it's like the assumption of we just go with our first thought. Oh, this girl look good. She's going to give it up. I'm going to go ahead and do that. But it takes something away from your love when you do that, when you let other people, other women, other things get inside. And so it's like when you make the decision that you're gonna get married, I think you also have to make the decision that you're locked in. Like, it's just me and you for a long time. Forever. 20 years, 30 years, 15. 40 years. It's you just stuck in there. And it's not stuck like a negative. It's like I'm making this commitment for the rest of my life, and I don't want to ever put anything in between us that's going to cause, us to feel negative against each other to that extent. So these are my. You want to add something?
I want to add something that all four of us actually have. Also, is also if you're in a relationship, get a higher power, whatever it may be, Allah, God, or whatever you do, but make sure you get a higher power into that relationship, and that will help you.
Okay. Yeah. And, you can go another round. You got another one, though?
More advice?
More advice? I can. That's what I do for a living. I can speak.
You jumped in. I don't know. Almost out something. Yeah, go ahead.
I got another thing. So to piggyback on what you're saying, right? Sometimes people date for too long. 18 months, a man knows if she's the one. Yeah.
Right.
We all knew.
Yeah. Did you ever hear Zoe's story? Zoe has a great story.
Wow.
You just said it last week, how about getting married fast, like how you just got married in your living room.
Yeah. No, because so me and my wife were together for 6 years before we got married. Right? So 6 years, she was pregnant, right? This is January. I'm like, man. Zoe was due in April sometime. So I'm like, man, let's get married. She was like, I want to get married. I said, no, I want it. And the reason why I did it, because it may sound crazy, but like if I get married, I'm gonna be in his life for 18 years. I'm gonna have to be, because then I can't just leave. Yeah. When you're boyfriend and girlfriend, you can always just leave, and then she moves to Waterbury, and now you just kid. But if you're married, there's a lot more to go in, so it's gonna be harder to do so.
That's right.
So in my mind, I was like,
challenge yourself.
I love her anyway. Let's go to call Justice of the Peace. They went downstairs, paid $50, put a little tuck thing on, got married in the living room. My wife, she said, go watch it. Went upstairs, watch football. She was downstairs, we straight. Boom.
I wish I could have been at that marriage. Because I just pull up on that.
My mom pulled up, though. She pulled up. Yeah. She wanted to be a part, but she's like, why?
But you said 18 months.
We know she's the one.
So we want to put an ad out there. If you have been with your girl 18 months,
you know by then. You know by then if she's the one.
Yeah. So every guest that comes on here,
they're gonna be looking at you outside the parking lot.
We're gonna hold them to that.
How long with your girl?
We know. We know if she's the one.
I think that at 18 months we do know. But I think that depending on whatever your life has been or your experience has been, that can be the thing that holds you back. At 18 months, when I was like, at the point in my life that I was at, I was like, yo, I'm gonna get married. I started planning to get married, right? But I think that at previous times in my life, 18 months, 2 years, 3 years, I was kind of like, in my mind, I think I was still out in the world. Like the world was still saying, hello.
Yeah.
Hello. But I feel like with men, as soon as, like you said, as soon as you are like at that point where you're like, yo, I'm all in, it's like all you can think about and want to do is just get married. And I'll tell anybody that's listening, the time goes by like this.
Oh, just like
see that? It goes by very fast. The 20 years of marriage that I've had went by like in an instant.
And the thing I also always tell men is what I've realized by doing this couples work, I do a lot of couples work, is a lot of people don't know how to choose a partner. So a lot of people, marriage is difficult because they choose the wrong partner and try to make it work.
Yep.
But a lot of time when I ask people, walk me through the process of you choosing her or choosing him, sometimes they can tell me why. Right. Yeah, he looks good, okay. What else?
Yeah.
They have nothing.
No, it's funny because people don't think about all of the things that you kind of have to do to stay with somebody for a long time.
Exactly.
Imagine how much you give up. Like just being like the type of person where when, like I was saying to my son yesterday, me and my wife, when we argue, all it means is that we're not talking.
Mm-hmm.
In our house, we just stopped talking.
Yeah.
And the longest that we've not talked for in 20 years, the most has probably been 3 days. That's long.
That's long.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Of total silence.
The thing is to get to a point where, can I be upset with you about the cup,
right,
and still talk to you about this juice right here?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah. That's the thing. Sometimes people think when they're upset, they need to stop talking altogether. I'm just upset.
Yeah.
I don't hate you.
No.
I still love you. I still appreciate you.
Right.
I can be upset about this thing.
Right.
Then we can still discuss this thing.
Yeah.
We don't have to not talk.
When I'm upset, I'm mad about
You're
this.
mad.
I'm mad about your cup, his cup, the phone.
Right.
Why are you breathing?
So relationship, and for me, choosing a partner, besides giving your life to God, is the most important decision in your life.
I agree.
Because you're trying to spend the rest of your life with somebody. It's not the job, it's not the career, it's choosing somebody to spend the rest of your life with. That's the most important decision. A lot of times people don't know how to choose somebody.
I think if you go back to just, around the corner, COVID, and people were dying really, really fast, and then you really sit down and think your vows, sickness and health. Mm-hmm. And I know all four of us can sit down and know that at the point of being sick, and this person is there and getting and doing things for you is like, it's like, why are you still here when I'm, you know what I mean? Like, you're still like, wow. You know what I mean? That level of commitment, that level of a person caring that much is, if you haven't experienced it, it definitely is.
Yes,
nurse degree.
And last thing I'll say for every couple, right, is to have what I call a conflict resolution plan. Because we have a plan for everything, right? We have if there's a fire in the house, there's a safety plan. You do this, you do that, you do that.
Tell me
Business, you do this, you do that. We have to have a conflict resolution. We know there will be conflict in the relationship.
Right.
Why not we have a plan how to solve it?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you have a plan, this happened, this is what we do this, and then conflict don't last. But when we don't have a plan, conflict lingers around. Sometimes for days, for weeks, for months. Because wherever there's two people, there's going to be some kind of conflict.
Right.
Let's have a plan. Okay, when we're in conflict, how do we go about it?
We might have to have another episode just with almost dropping jewels on relationships. Almost come back for relationship.
Hey man, anytime you need me, I'm here.
All right, so we're gonna switch gears though. This is a big one I'm about to ask you guys. Okay, so can you guess which one I'm about to talk about?
You scared of it? That one?
Yes. Wow. This is a big one.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna give you a second to think about it. While I'm prefacing it, I want you to think about it. What is a goal you have for yourself that is so big that sometimes you're scared to talk about it? And I want you to talk about it right now. What is a goal that you have for yourself that is so big that it's like a goal that you have it, you've had it, and it's inside of you, but you don't usually talk about it that much. And tonight I'm asking you to put it on the table.
I honestly, really, I don't, because my I asked myself a long time this question. My goal is to become a millionaire.
Yep.
But I also ask to why.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're going to do something, you have to know a reason to why you're doing it and what's the plan behind it.
Right.
So my goal to be a millionaire is to do nothing but magnify the person that I am.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm working on being the best person that I am. So therefore, when the millions do come, I can just, spread out what the energy that I'm already am. So okay. I really don't have too much of a fear but that's my thing, just to,
So the goal is to become a millionaire. You're not scared of it. That's yeah. I'm okay with that. All right, Zoe, what about you?
I'm pretty close to my soul said to my dream.
Nice.
Song? That song? Because I'm getting distribution, that stuff. If I get that, then I can just sit back and make that.
Yeah.
But we spoke about something I wanted to do. Before it was pre-COVID. Remember we were doing the movies. I was like, I want to own a bunch of movie theaters and just play like, and I want to not even the national, like in the community.
Yeah.
Where you play all things that would educate the community about us.
Yes.
About our people. Maybe it's local documentary. Maybe it's a documentary about Mansoubooks. Maybe it's about something,
right.
But something else than emancipation or 12 years slavery. Just something other than that.
Right.
The kids of color, even other people, could come watch and learn. Because if you think about it, it's total opposite. And that's what happens. Because you go to the other theater, they tell you all about them, and they kind of lie.
Right.
So basically, I wanted to have a movie theater, or maybe more.
Yep.
Would play those type of those type of events, and maybe people in the community that film make. Hey, you can come play it here.
Yep.
And things like that.
I like that one. Yeah. Don't forget that one.
Can't wait to see it.
We should do that.
We're trying to get the one in Manchester. They didn't want to give it away.
I know. But
they didn't want to give it away.
You got to keep it going. No. All right, Amos, what you got? A dream so big that you sometimes are scared to talk about it.
So when I started the business 18 months ago, that was what I was doing, to work for myself.
Yeah.
And in 5 years to not be doing the work anymore.
Wow.
So that's the goal.
In only 5 years?
5 years, I don't want to be the one doing the work anymore.
I say that I never stop dreaming.
So
give him a round.
So that's the dream. So and then my wife and I, that's something we've been thinking about for the past 5 years. And summer 2024, we're gonna launch a new church in Manchester.
Nice.
So we're gonna do a church to help our people combine spirituality and mental health and impact the community that way. Because that's what we know, that's what we love, and God is putting our heart to do this thing.
This is your season.
This is the season.
Yes.
This is of impact.
Yes, I love it. Impact 2024. All right, so we got a church, we got a movie theater, we got a millionaire. So it's funny, I say that I'm a little scared to talk about it, but I talk about it all the time. Every time I get a chance, I tell people I'm trying to get a kidney. I'm trying to get me a kidney, because if I can get a kidney, I can live my life 100%. I'm living pretty good. My mom tells me I look good every day.
You look good, man. You look good.
She said, "You look good, boy."
She lying to you.
But the thing is that I want to get a kidney, and I'm scared a little bit because there's no guarantee with the kidney. It's like, so like in your mind, it's a dream where you're like saying like, I want it, but if I get it, what if I end up worse off than I am right now? And so the fear is a real fear that I have, where it's like, I might be better off just not having a kidney and just have to accept that I can't go to the places I want to go because it takes a long time to get there and different things like that. And so that's my big one. I want $1 million too, but I'm more right now at this phase of my life, what I recognize is that, how valuable health is. I think that when you're healthy, you guys are all healthy. When you're healthy, you can kind of like, not worry about it so much. You don't have to think about it as much. Yeah. But like me, I'm saying like, man, if I could just be healthy, where I could just do, work out and eat, I would eat better, just, different things. Yeah. And so I think that's my biggest goal but I'm, like I said, I'm very worried about it. Even like asking myself like, okay, you get it. What is the timetable? Like, how much time do you get with this kidney? Yeah. Because it's not like forever thing. And so I think that's the biggest thing, and then just wanting to be able to be in the right situation and also accepting where you are. Like, I'm just kind of like, being able to say like, okay, this is what it is right now. Let's make the best out of what it is right now and see where we can go from there. So
I think from the outside looking in, I think you do a very good job of doing that and living your life still with that in the back of your mind, and sometimes, most of the time, might be in the front of your brain, but it's not in your everyday being when you're out. So
no, I try to keep living. Yeah. But I'm always thinking about it. Like, and then and like, it's funny. Like this morning, I was telling my wife. This morning, I was like done. Like I wasn't gonna come to work today because I was just beat up from dialysis yesterday, and I was like, man. And but then something always gets me out the bed. And once you get out the bed, the world is your oyster. So it's like my biggest gift that God ever gave me is I have a very good attitude. Like I'm a pretty positive person, And I think that that's the thing that makes a difference in my life, is that as long as if I ever get depressed, it's over for me. But because I'm not, I'm good to go.
Yeah, you call me when you get depressed.
Call you? You got some words for me?
I got some words. I always got some words.
But no, I'm talking about true depression. Because like I know you know, like depression, like clinical depression, yeah. Right? And so, like, and the reason why I'm saying it like that is because I know people who are the opposite of me. Like, they're
can't bring them out of it.
They can't break through. And I'm saying to them, like, in my mind, I'm thinking, like, yo, just.
But are they doing the work to break through?
Well, you know, once you're in the dumps, man, you just stay there. You just be in the dumps. You get up, it's the dumps. You go to bed, it's the dumps.
I lied. I think my real fear
See?
is when I'm looking at it is not being a good father.
Okay.
Yeah, that drives me, like that scares me. Not being a good father, like not being there, whatever. So I think that is a fear, that because again, I grew up without a dad. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So when I'm sitting down and listening and thinking about it with like that.
I was saying on the last episode, one of the things, like, as a father, I don't compare myself to my father. I felt like my father was a great father. And when I think about my father, I think about him in the long haul. I don't think about him like when I was a kid, because my father used to whoop butt and take names when I was a kid. But I'm talking about as I was older, my father was great. Like, he was great, right? And so, but my father was more of a, like, whenever I think about my father, like, I respected my father. Like, he was a serious man. Like, but he wasn't that serious. Sometimes he'd tell you a joke. He was funny. But me, I'm more of a not so serious father.
Right.
But my kids, my daughters in particular, they need me to be more, I don't know if it's serious, but they don't want to hear none of, like last time I was saying, they don't want to hear none of my jokes. Mm-hmm. They don't want to hear none. If I think it's funny, don't tell it to them.
They don't want to hear it.
You know? Yeah. And so they want you, and so, like, what I made a decision of is that it's more important to me to be the father that they need me to be than to be funny. And I like being funny. Like, I think I'm hilarious, but they don't. And if I want to have a relationship with them, I made the decision that I just won't be funny. I'll just be a father. Mm-hmm. And I'll keep the joke. It'll be in my head, and I'm just gonna do what they need me to do. And so that's what I've been, like, literally I work on that. When my daughter, my youngest daughter's in college. My oldest daughter, she lives in Atlanta. So it's not like I got to do it all the time. It's kind of great. Yeah. It's a good time right now. I'm concerned. My daughter's coming home. She's coming home, and I'm like, don't be funny.
Just don't be funny.
It's like all the jokes. My son, different, right? We joke all the time. He gets it. Me and him have a similar sense of humor. But if one of the things about fatherhood is it's a relationship, right? It's a give and a take, and we're past the do what I say part. Like, it's like they ain't do what they are women, and so if you want to have a relationship with these two young women, you better come in here and talk to them the way they want to be talked to, and so what I had to do. And so for the father out there that's saying, I am who I am, because I know there are guys out there. He might, you know what I'm saying? I am who I am. They better deal with it. Yo, if you want to have a relationship with your daughter, you got to be the man that they want you to be. You gotta be the type of father, the type of man that they want you to be. You got to talk to them the way that they like to be talked to. Because all of that, then, you know, you lose your child. Your child don't come home. You be like, it's Thanksgiving. No kids at home. And it's like, what I want is, I love when my kids are all home. I love when my grandson comes up. And so when I'm at the point in this relationship that I feel like it's just more important to me to be what they need me to be.
Amen.
And so I want to be a good father as well. So, all right, switching gears. All right, everybody cry yet? Anybody want to cry? Anybody want to give me a kidney?
Got a tissue right here.
I'm A negative, just in case.
Just in case.
I'm not.
Hey, check yourself again.
If I could, I'd beat mine up a lot.
Hey, well, you never know. Everybody says they're not. Check yourself again.
I beat mine up, man.
We're not going to belabor the fact that I'm A negative and I need a kidney so I can live. No. All right. We're wrapping up. Every week, I'm not going to do the little boy things, though.
The brotherly.
Yeah. No, we're going to do the manhood-ish.
Oh, okay.
Every week, the last two things we wrap up our show with are, what is some manhood-ish you did this week? What is some manhood-ish you did this week? I'm coming to you first, Amos.
Manhood thing. Last night I was with my daughter teaching her some math problems.
Okay.
I think that's manhood.
Yeah.
Just pray with them.
Yep.
Very manly.
Yep. I like it. So, prayer and math. What you got, Zo? This week. Just this week. Don't tell me the thing you said last week. I want to know what you did this week. Because I wrote down what you said last week.
I paid a bunch of bills.
Hey! Hey.
And some groceries.
Somebody got to do it.
Yeah, that's probably it. That's it? That's the last few days. That's what I've done. I've dropped them off to school this morning.
That's good. Yeah, that's manhood. What you got?
I brought my daughter to 2 job interviews.
Nice!
Yes.
Give it up. Yes.
Read that right there.
Yeah. That's a good one, man. Yeah. That next step in life. Yeah. All right, my manhood is, Zoe, believe it or not, I put down, I paid my mortgage this week. December 5th, the mortgage is due.
That's big.
That's a big bill, baby. I also spent some time with my wife. Our anniversary was actually in July, but we were thinking about, being married 20 years. I felt like that's some really manly thing to be married 20 years. Definitely. And we were talking about we still got time to celebrate. Like, we didn't do anything this summer. I don't know what was going on. We were working hard or something like that. So we were just like, we're gonna not go anywhere or anything. But I think that me and my wife are gonna take some days and spend some time together and just enjoy being together and revel in the thought of being married 20 years. All right.
Yes.
Last thing before we go, a little brotherly advice, a little advice you want to give out to the brothers that, in any part of brotherhood, any part of advice you want to give before we wrap up. I'm going to come to you first, Tyrell. What you got?
And again, I've been on both sides, so I'm not pushing entrepreneurship, but for me personally, I've been in business for 3 years. During COVID, me and my wife opened about 4 businesses. Mm-hmm. And if you're sitting down and you're listening to us, you're going to check it out later on. If there's something in life that you want to do, the time is now.
I love it.
Not yesterday, not last week. Yeah. The time is now. Get out here and do it, even if it's one step to it of writing it down, of going to the store and buying something. If you're going to do photography or something like that, going and just asking some questions. But the time is now to do what you want to do, and you can do it. I'm a living, walking proof of it. As you heard Abdul use us today. Mm-hmm. So, the time is now. Do it.
So,
bam. I'll say self-care. Somebody go to the gym.
Yes.
Go to the gym.
Work out.
Go work out. 30 minutes, you can do Pilates. Do something. Just move your body around every morning.
I like
it. Got to just take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't really do anything else.
Good one. I'm working out tomorrow.
Love it.
Almost what you got?
Me, I'll say love yourself.
Love yourself, yeah.
Love yourself. If you don't love you can't love nobody else. Mm-hmm. You gotta love yourself. And if I want to add something to the entrepreneurial field, find something that you love and do it.
That's right.
Me, my philosophy, I never worry about the money.
Yeah.
I believe if I do the work, the money will come.
Sir. It's always going to come.
Yes,
do the work, the money will come.
Mm-hmm. There's tons of money out there, guys.
Tons.
Yeah. Never stop making it. They never stop making it. Put it all the time.
My advice is, in order to do something big, you still have to start with one step. So take a step today. One step. That's all I want you to do. I don't need you to take a big step. It doesn't have to be 5 steps. Take one step towards what you want to do. What I find is that when you take consistent steps towards whatever it is that you want to do with your life, you end up somewhere. You end up there.
Yep.
So just take a step today, and maybe tomorrow you take another step, and every step, be purposeful. Make sure you just, do a little something and get you closer to what you want. And of course, we always say, never stop dreaming. All right. I thought you were going to give me a round of applause. Okay. All right.
Hey.
We are
little delay.
We are out of here, people. This has been another episode of the Manhood Tree podcast. And we'll be back next Tuesday at 6 o'clock sharp. Maybe not sharp. We'll be 6 o'clock-ish.
Thanks for inviting me. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, Tyrell, for coming. TNT Hauling. Don't forget to call them if you need something taken care of. They do anything, man. They do all types of stuff.
Release your stress.
Almost List. Thank you for coming. List Counseling and Consulting. Go check them out.
Manchester, Connecticut.
In Manchester, Connecticut. Of course, we got any video. Get all your video needs done. And then, of course, last but not least, Abdul-Rahmaan I, My People Clinical Services, My People Community Services, the Dream Support Network, the Manhood Tree, whatever it is, baby, we doing something. Never stop dreaming. We're out. Peace.